forever. One of the few things I have to tell you is you will get an order after the end of this hearing. One of the few things that it will be in bold on your order, it says if you have to fix something, it doesn't count until you call the code enforcement office and have them come by and do an inspection. You can't expect them to be all the way through the village, and they do dozens, if not hundreds of these cases. So if you don't point out the fact that you are done, you may not get credit for that. I've literally seen people fixing things on my way home because I live in La Mancha, and unless you call the magistrate, well, unless you call the code officer and have them look, you don't get credit for it. And believe me, as a guy, you want to tell people what you've done. It's like, here, look at my stuff. So it's all good. Hopefully these things will go quickly. We had a meeting earlier in this week that got rid of a lot of permit cases and business tax receipt cases. We're only down to 6 pages. And hopefully you'll all be out of here soon. So let's get it started.
Bernard, Village Attorney. We're starting on page 1 of the agenda. Fine assessment hearings 26-0012, 11301 Okeechobee Boulevard, Ponce Center Condominium Association, Inc.
Good evening, Special Magistrate. My name is Andrew Emienti. I'm a code inspector with the Village of Royal Palm Beach.
Somebody here for that case?
Thought I heard. Come on down.
Thank you.
The following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order finding violation with an affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures. And Exhibit 4 is the permit information from engineering.
Okay, they're going to show you some documents. You get to decide whether you'll object to them or not. Normally, these are just the notice documents and the ownership documents and pictures of whatever they believe is the problem. So take it away, Village Attorney.
Thank you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Tony Ramirez.
And what's your relation to the association?
I'm president of the Ponce Leon Business Association, but I'm here to represent the Ponce Center Condominium. They are part of our business association.
Okay.
So,
Authorized representative.
Are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record? Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the previous order finding violation, the previous order. Page 2 of the order. Page 3 of the order.
okay,
Because we got the certified mail
gotcha.
back. Exhibit 2 is Division of Corporation Sunbiz information showing who the registered agent is for the association. Exhibit 3 is photographs, dated photographs of the violation. And Exhibit 4 is correspondence with the village engineering department about the engineering permit.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Any objection to these documents being entered?
None whatsoever.
Thank you, sir.
All right, admitted without objection. Let me look at them for a second. All right. 30th. Okay. You have service via posting. We don't have stripes yet in the parking lot that are clear and fresh. Is that the problem?
Yes, Special Magistrate, they've obtained the permit, but the work hasn't been completed. And the compliance date has passed. It was 6/3 for compliance. It's been out of compliance since 6/4.
Okay, so it's 6, 10, 6 days, 7 days?
Yeah, it's a total of 7 days. So this is a fine assessment hearing. They're getting close, as you see, from having the engineering permit issued. They just need to complete the work. Your prior order was from March, so they have had almost 3 months to do it. Sounds like they're getting very close. But the village will be asking for a fine of $175 and continuing for those 7 days until they achieve compliance.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, what's going on with this striping project at your town?
Yes, sir. I made a timeline if you'd like for me to submit that.
Give it to her first.
Our association manager, the person we hired to handle all this, she's on vacation in Turkey, so this kind of got sprung on me. But what we discussed in the meeting was initially when we applied for this permit, there was a lot of delays. We have a kidney dialysis place inside that location, that center. We have a chiropractor and a physical therapy office and also a medical center. And trying to get all these business owners to agree so we can get this work done. What happened when we first got the violation for the striping, we were just going to go ahead and stripe. We had a board meeting, and it didn't make sense to stripe when we found a lot of the pavement was damaged from tree roots, tripping hazards. So from a liability perspective, we decided we're going to go ahead and try to do these repairs first. It didn't make sense to do striping at that cost and then go back and do the paving. So we came to the conclusion we're going to apply for a permit to go ahead and do the repairs. And actually, there was a total of, let me add these up for you. We had a total of 21 repairs to be made throughout the parking lot. And so we contracted a company as soon as they could come out and give us a proposal, apply for the permit to begin the repairs, which we have done. And I believe all but maybe 3 are not completed. And then we're going to proceed on with the resurfacing. Thank you.
It's all multiple copies of the same thing.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Okay, so, admitted without objection. All right, so I can tell you're working, I can tell you're trying. The problem is where we are in the process right now. I had a date. The date has been passed.
Yes, sir, I understand that.
And it's kind of like almost automatic that the fine gets applied. You will probably come back for a fine reduction hearing with a copy of your timeline once again to show us that not only did you try to fix the problem that the village identified, but you identified 21 more areas that needed to be fixed, that you needed to seal it, that it made no sense. And I will take all these arguments under advisement for the fine reduction hearing. Right now, I kind of have to go with the 175 and continuing for them. As soon as you get it done, I mean, while the paint is drying, call Andrew so he can come out there and verify it so he can stop the fine on a definitive day. And that way we'll work on reducing it because you're doing more. I mean, if you were just doing the little paint striping and, everyone was messing around, that'd be one thing. But I can see by your list and your timeline, you're trying to do more things. It only makes economic sense.
We're trying to get it where, well, before she left for Turkey, she said, can you get the time extended for us until maybe July 31st? But from our timeline, we expect to be done by the end of June.
Yeah.
So given the fact...
you can tell her when she gets back from Turkey. I just got back from Marrakesh, Tangier, Sevilla, and Lisbon.
Oh, okay.
That's what happens when you have a smart daughter.
Yeah, we
Like
got back safe.
she took me on a birthday run.
All right, sir.
All right, so I'll put this along with your file. The 175 plus continuing is granted, but you will be back for a fine reduction hearing. It's a simple one-page form. You basically fill out a sentence. And you come back to me and just show me what you just told me.
All right, sir.
You'll probably do well. All right, sir? Thank you, and
Thank you very
you'll get
much.
an order in the mail.
Have a good night.
Service, Special Magistrate?
Service via posting on this one.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
They'll notify us on the fine.
You'll get a copy of the order in the mail. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, you too. Next case is 26-0124-12011 Southern Boulevard, Wendy's Properties, LLC.
So we're just going to go straight down the agenda. I like this. Number 1, number 2.
Exhibit 1 is the order finding violation. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
Your name, sir?
Joe Canawall, Facility Manager.
Could you spell your last name, please, for secretary?
Kanawall.
Like it sounds.
Enter into the record, Exhibit 1 is the prior order finding violation with the signed certified mail that we got back. Page 2 of that prior order. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. And Exhibit 3 is a dated photograph of the violation. Any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. We're getting an IT lesson over here on how to turn the pictures on.
Special Magistrate, the work has not been completed, and additionally, as of this afternoon from engineering, I was informed that they currently have a fee due for the permit to be reviewed.
Well, all right. Do we have any objection to the documents? No?
No.
All right, admitted without objection. You have a signed green card for service. I kind of remember this case just because it was a sunken grate. There goes my gavel. And it's supposed to be done by May 29th, and we seem to have a permit that's not quite fully issued because there's a fee outstanding.
Yeah, Hunter sent that last request for the fee, which was the final step. That was Thursday, and they just mailed out a check on Monday, so she should be getting that. She says as soon as she reviews the final, the payment and whatever that last step is, we should have the permit. She sends within another week.
Okay, well, as you just heard, because of where we are in the process, there was a date that you were supposed to finish it by, the date's passed, so I'm kind of stuck with doing a fine order, but you also can come back for a reduction if you so desire. Hopefully, everything will get done quickly and the fine amount will be small. Are we looking at what, $350 here or $170?
This one has been out of compliance for 12 days at $25, so $300 and continuing.
All right. So, yeah, get those, checks nowadays are
Well, it was
slow.
a process of the whole month, going back and forth. There was a round of questions. We, immediately responded to those, but it was just in the building department's hands until we got it back.
Yeah, no, not a problem. I mean, the back and forth is what you're going to argue at the fine reduction hearing. It took you a while to get the permit so you could fix the problem. 300 plus continuing, granted. I will sign that order and you'll mail it to him.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Are we doing number 3? No.
We're going to the top of page 2, 26-0164, 768 Orchid Drive, JOJ Management Services, LLC.
I'd like to submit the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order finding violation. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3 is the permit information.
Okay.
Your name, sir?
Jules Joseph.
What was your first name?
Jules, Jules.
And what's your relation to the LLC?
I'm the president.
Thank you. Are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record? Exhibit 1 is the previous order finding violation with the signed certified mail that we got back. Page 2 of the prior order. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. And Exhibit 3 is a printout of the village's permit information. Do you have any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. I'm kind of curious as to, you have a signed green card for service. We have a 1994 permit that got looked at in 2024. Is there some sort of statute of limitations to this stuff? I mean, 30 years is kind of long. Curiously, but I was like, is 94 wrong? It doesn't seem to be, so.
No, the permit needs to be closed out. And the permit number should be 5881. Your agenda has a typo in it.
The 5881 part. Yeah. It's the 94 part that is amusing me.
There's notes in the miscellaneous items that I printed out that are required for the process for compliance.
All right, so we have, if there are notes, I don't have them. I just have 4 pages. It's just,
It says on page 2 that it won't be renewed, it needs to be closed out. So the permit needs to be closed out. He needs to open up a new permit. Once that new permit is final, then this permit will get closed.
they wouldn't extend a 30-year-old permit? Has the garage enclosure been done for like 30 years?
Actually, yes, but it was never inspected or and it's supposed to be like close the carport to a garage, but according to what I've seen when I bought the house, it's a bedroom. The garage transformed to a bedroom.
No, whoever had the property before you should have called for an inspection once it was done.
I know,
And
from
they didn't call for
1994, I bought the house
inspection.
2 years ago.
So you are stuck with an open permit that should have
Exactly,
been dealt with.
and I did not even know about it until a few months ago, and I bought the house 2 years
Why
ago.
would you? It's a 30-year-old permit.
Matter of fact, I pulled 2 permits to do the fence and the driveway. I didn't know there was an open permit to the property.
All right. All right, he has a signed green card. What do you want in terms of time on this? Because this is right now,
This is also a fine assessment hearing. This was already before you in May. Your order required compliance by May 28th. This is a fine assessment hearing. It's been out of compliance for 13 days, so we're asking for a fine of $325 and continuing. There's been no movement since your prior hearing.
all right, so they brought it back in May, and you were not here, which is sad, because I would have enjoyed the story if you were here, and then I would have given you months and months, because it's a 30-year permit that's not been renewed, but you weren't here, so I did what I always do when you're not here. Leave that, please. It's,
I don't live in the house. I live like over there in Jog Road. I did not receive the first hearing.
well, under the law, if the thing is posted at the property, whether you receive it or not, it's still good notice. This one you signed the green card for.
I didn't know about it until I received this letter.
Yeah, well, and now you've actually basically purchased a problem, and now they want me to fine you for the problem that you purchased. And yeah, I really wish you would have shown up at the last one, because I would have given you months to fix this. This is normally Royal Palm, if the permit's out for a year or two, that's a big deal. Sometimes it's 3, maybe even 4. We're talking 30 years here.
30, yeah.
So what is the amount the village wants? But
It's been 13 days at $25 a day, so $325 and continuing.
all right, so how does he close out the permit that's 30 years old that's already been built?
He has to pull a new permit. I know he's working with Kumar. I know he's met with Kumar, so they're working on that. So once that permit is pulled, they'll be able to close out the older permit and then work moving forward with the new permit to get everything into compliance.
The difficulty is this is not just an air conditioning or some plumbing thing. This is
No, I
converting
understand it's a room, but it's a-
uninhabitable space to habitable space, which you're not allowed to do. And there's implications on the village's CRS program. You can't have people living in garages that are below grade. So
Yeah, well, I
it's a
understand
serious
that as well.
issue.
It's an issue, but
Right.
it's also been an inhabited bedroom for 30 years, and we haven't had a problem with anything on the property that I'm aware of, right?
I can't speak to that at this hearing. I don't know if there's been other cases or
That's
not.
because there's nothing in the files or anything indicating there was
And
an issue.
the village's goal is for him to come to compliance. He'll have the same
Yeah.
opportunity once he's complied to come in and ask for a reduction of the fines. Our goal is not to be punitive, it's to make sure that he gets the space that's being
Understood,
lived
but,
in
you know, this
properly
one was in
permitted.
the bottom of the drawer, covered with dust, with trash on top of it, and then they finally dug it out on him. So I have to do what I have to do because of where we are. So I will give them their $325 plus continuing. You need to get a new permit as soon as you can, and then come back and I'll wipe most of it out, because I don't believe this is right.
So I have to apply for a new permit for, I don't even know what the permit for, because I
Well,
don't
the
know how
the permit is going to be for the conversion of the garage into the bedroom.
into the bedroom, okay?
And you need to get that. And this is not homesteaded property because you live somewhere else, right?
Yes,
So you've got to get a contractor to come say, this would have been a code compliant job, because you're never going to find the guy from 30 years ago.
nah, definitely not.
So, yeah, you're just in a very bad position for someone who ended up buying this property from someone else.
Okay.
And I feel bad for you, because you shouldn't be in this position, but you've got to find someone to help you get that permit and stop this stuff so I can get your fine reduced.
Okay, so
Because you didn't show up at the first hearing, I can't give you more time, because that was the time to give you more time. So you're here for this one. All I can say is, they get their $325 plus continuing until you get the permit reissued, and you need to go get it reissued. It's going to cost you some money to do it, unfortunately, but that's just the way it happens. Unfortunately, very few, if any, look at a file for a property they're going to buy from the village or from whatever town it is. Because you would have seen that there was an open permit if you would have looked hard. And you would have gone, what's this? And you would have made the seller fix it. But since you just took it without that, you have ended up buying this problem. So you have to fix it.
Okay, so now I'm gonna take a permit.
You're going to have to get a permit.
It's already a
for-
bedroom. It's a bedroom. They converted
It
it.
doesn't matter because they're saying they never inspected it 30 years ago when they should have. And they got me to sign an order because no one showed up to defend it, which should have been you. So you're part of the problem right now. If you would have been here to defend it, I would have given you months to get a permit based upon the fact that it was a 30-year-old permit that they're wanting to have redone. So you need to find someone that will be capable of rebuilding it, who will sign it because it's not homesteaded. That's the other problem. If it was a homesteaded property and you lived there and you had homestead exemptions, you would be able to sign an owner-builder, and you would be there.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to get a contractor.
Contractor, okay.
So 325 plus continuing is granted. Get it permitted, get them, call them when it is permitted, so at least they can try to stop it, and then get it inspected because it's already been done.
It's already been done, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Make sure, is the address that you wish to receive mail 3034 Santa Margarita
Yeah,
Road?
that's my address, yeah.
Okay, 'cause that's what's on Property Appraiser, because that's where we're legally required to serve you. So if that's correct, that's great, and you're getting the notices, but make sure that address is where you want to be served.
Okay.
and do this quick because I don't want to reduce a $10,000 fine. No,
Okay, I'll work on it.
contractor, it's going to cost you some money, but, you know, unfortunately, this should have been taken care of at your closing. Okay, granted.
Thank you, sir. Same page, 26-0056, 309 Las Palmas Street, Todd C. and Cleo Ann Reeves.
Margaret Hancock, Code Enforcement Officer for the Village of Royal Palm. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, picture.
Anthony Mashi.
All right, these are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the previous order finding violation with the signed certified mail that we received back. Page 2 of the order. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. Exhibit 3 is dated photographs of the violation. Any objection to the documents being entered?
All right, since the trailer seems to be behind the fence and somewhat screened, I take it that's not the problem. Is it too big?
It's too big.
All right, and what is the requirement of the,
Cannot be over
Yeah, Royal
20
Palm
feet
Beach.
long. It cannot be over 20 foot long.
okay, and how long is this trailer, do you know?
This trailer from Mr. Anthony himself, 22 foot.
But the last time I was here, the trailer was 36 feet, and I got rid of that. It took me almost the whole time that you gave us to find somebody to get it. I traveled to Atlanta, Georgia for this one, and when I bought it as a 20-foot trailer, the box is 20 foot. They don't count the tongue. The tongue is 2 feet.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was a Georgia count, so,
No, it's here too, because I called different trailer companies.
well,
So we're talking about 2 feet of a tongue. The box itself is actually 20 feet.
yeah, I understand what your argument is.
I'm not arguing it, that's the way you buy a trailer.
You buy a trailer, but that's not the way you read an ordinance.
The village requires it's from the tongue to the bumper, not just the box.
You,
You need to come to the podium if you're going to speak, so that you speak into the record, please.
if you want to talk, you come up here and talk, and you'll take the time, but unfortunately, your
I
understanding
complied
from
with-
trailer sales guys
What's that?
is incorrect. So it's got to be a 20-foot trailer from stem to stern, from the end of
Correct.
the tip of the tongue to the back of the trailer lights.
So if I had two 20-foot trailers stem to stern in the same place, that's okay?
If the second one was screened, yes. They're allowed 2 trailers, correct?
They are allowed 2 trailers. An enclosed trailer without writing on it does not have to be screened, but they both would have to fit on the side of the house, not to go past the front corner of the house nor the back corner of the house.
They are,
On one side of the house.
And only on one side of the house.
right, well, they
A
are.
hard time putting both of them unless you have an 80-foot wall on the side
Anyway,
of the
that's,
house.
it's neither here nor there. I was just curious about that.
Yeah,
But in order for me to have a 20-foot overall trailer, that would mean the box had to be 16 to 18, and
no,
then I can't
it mean you
fit,
would have a 17 or 18-foot box with a 2-foot tongue.
right, but then I can't fit what I put in it. I already lost 16 feet.
Got it, but unfortunately, the village is set up like a single-family suburb, not like the acreage where you can get away with a lot of other bigger things.
I'm not in the acreage. I left
know, that's why I'm saying.
the acreage to come here.
That's what I'm saying, you came into a more residential area, which has got more rules on trailers.
But I've been in this house for 10 years, and this is the
Got-
first.
The guy who had the addition on his house was only 30 years, you know? That, it doesn't count until they catch. So unfortunately,
Called on the 30th, but you guys were closed, so I called on the 1st. So then I should have kept the bigger trailer if I got to move it regardless. So I kind of
unfortunately,
bit myself.
unfortunately, and, you know, there's nothing really I can do right now to extend the time.
This is a fine assessment hearing as well. Your prior order was from April 10th. He was given a month and a half at that
And he
hearing.
went off and did something, and unfortunately, his understanding of what it was is different from the village's interpretation of the code. You know, it's not like he said, oh, well, it's 36 feet, I'm leaving it there, whatever.
No, I tried to comply.
He's tried to comply.
2 feet.
I know, but there's no way I can erase 2 feet. The only thing I can do is make you try to get a 2-foot smaller trailer.
No, I'm going to end up having to move it or something and pay to do something with it because I
Alright.
can't go any smaller for what I use it for.
All right.
I mean, I'd probably need a couple of weeks to try to find a place to,
I'm going to give him a new compliance date. Okay? Just because we had an obvious problem that he thought he had fixed, and now it's just barely not fixed. So why don't we give him 3 weeks to figure it out, and if it's there at 3 weeks and a day, then I can start a fine. So that gives you time, unfortunately.
So July 1st is 3 weeks from today. The next fine assessment hearing is July 8th.
7/1, 7/8, 25. At least this way you have a little bit of time to figure out something to get rid of it. And now. And you have a signed green card for service. You get an order in the mail.
oh, is it?
Yep,
All right, have a good day.
thank you.
Thank you.
He's-
Violation hearings 26-0240, 164 Royal Pine Circle South, Naomi G. Pauley.
Hello,
Hello, and you are?
Wally.
Code Section 6-190A1 for a stained structure. I observed the violation on 3/13/26. The notice of violation and notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 3/13/26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
These are the exhibits that we'd like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the same stuff you have there, the notice of hearing for tonight's hearing, the notice of violation,
Right.
and then the signed certified mail that we received back.
Right,
Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, just showing that you are the owner of the property.
okay.
And Exhibit 3 is a dated photograph, of
That's
the
okay.
violation. Do you have any objection to these documents being?
Not at
entered?
all.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so we seem
And
to
I-
have some molding at the bottom of the house, correct?
Special magistrate just needs to be cleaned, and she'll be in compliance once it's cleaned.
Yeah, I don't know if that can be cleaned, but hopefully it can, and maybe if you're lucky, you get to be able to pressure clean it and bleach it off to kill the
Yeah.
mold.
Might have to be painted, it
Yeah,
depends on the
well,
severity.
We're figuring that we probably have to paint it. So I would like to ask if I could have just a couple of more weekends to do it.
Oh, you're gonna have at least that. If you
I
get,
know it needs to be done, it looks awful.
if you can match the paint at all, and you paint that white stripe on the bottom and
Yes.
that windowsill, and you can match the paint and paint that one area under the white stripe in the bottom, would she be in compliance?
Yes, it's because the staining is towards the end of the structure, both on the white.
Yeah, so if you can match that color there and just paint that, you'll be out of trouble.
Okay,
And you'll be clear. And if you painted, if you match as well, you're done. And if you
Okay.
don't, if you can just do that, then you can decide whether you want to paint the rest of the house,
right,
okay?
yeah.
But yeah, that seems to be the problem. It's probably sprinklers or something that's causing the moisture to set up there and mold out a little bit. What were your dates on this one?
We were asking for compliance by 6:25 or appearance at the 7/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine. But if you'd like to bump that
Yeah,
a
I'm
little
gonna
bit
bump that
further
up.
to the,
I'm going to bump that like a month. So 8-something and then 7-something. Give her a little bit more time to color match and paint. We have just hit the rainy season, so
I
you'll
know.
find days where you can't do it, then the other days will be bright and sunny and you can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to paint my house, same deal.
Yes,
All right, so the eighth meeting is,
compliance by July 30th or appearance at the 8/12 fine hearing or
Nice.
$25 a day
all right,
fine.
so I bought you till July 30th to work on your stripe and your white. The white's easy.
okay,
Just go get a little sprayer and I would spray it with bleach to start.
I've tried,
It doesn't work?
it's not working.
Okay. Then you're going to have to find out someone who can color match that for you.
Yeah.
And if you can just do that one stripe, you'll be out of trouble. And if you want to
Okay.
do the rest of your house, that's great. If you don't, the code officer has told you if you do the white and the bottom under the white, you'll be in compliance. We'll hold them to that.
Okay,
Are you in an HOA, ma'am?
no,
Okay. We just want to make sure we're not directing her to paint if there's
Oh,
required
no.
white
No.
stripes.
No HOA.
No HOA, you're fine then.
One of the reasons why I bought in La Mancha, no HOA. All right, thank you very much. You'll get an order in the mail. 25,
Yes, and a finding of service.
service via signed green card.
The bottom, 26-0275, 10250 Rhythm Circle. Chilot Feliscar, excuse me if I've mispronounced.
I'm Michael. We're renting the apartments,
What's your last name, Michael? Spell it.
Harewood.
And you're the tenant?
No, I'm not the tenant itself. My girlfriend is the tenant.
Okay. Does the owner know you're here?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay, let's see what we have for pictures on this one now.
Special magistrate, the code sections 14-2 and 12-53, miscellaneous items and litter in the yard. I observed the violation on 3/25/26. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 3/25/26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents to evidence. Exhibit 1 is a notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures, and Exhibit 4 is the affidavit of compliance.
Oh, okay, easy one. Yay. They're saying you fixed it.
Here are the exhibits that we'd like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of hearing for tonight's hearing, the notice of violation, the signed certified mail that we received back. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. And Exhibit 3 is dated photographs of the violation.
Yeah, the only reason I really can't, I have no reason.
And this is affidavit of compliance, Exhibit
Okay.
4. Any objection to these
No.
paperwork? To the paperwork? All right, so you can explain to the magistrate.
I'm not for sure what's the violation.
Well, your boat shouldn't have a walker
Oh.
underneath it. It shouldn't have a rake propped up against it. There's other things laying on the ground. There seems to be something under a cover by the garage door. You fixed it, but those are the violations.
Okay, I wasn't for sure. It's
Yeah,
like,
those are,
to me, it
they
didn't
said
seem as
miscellaneous
bad.
items. I mean, I'm not counting the blocks to keep the boat up so the water runs out the back. I had a boat for 25 years. Understand all that. It's the stuff, like your boat doesn't need a walker.
Huh?
Your boat does not need a walker. No, see, that's the problem. And you fixed it, so it's all good, but yeah, that's what they mean by miscellaneous items. It's basically stuff out there in the driveway that really should be in the garage.
Okay,
You're going to get what's known as a finding of fact, which means you cleaned it up, don't do it again.
okay.
And that's all you're going to get. And if it stays clean for 5 years, you won't be a repeat violator, but you'll be fine because you now know what not to do. Just don't leave the stuff laying around. The boat's fine,
Okay.
okay? Finding of fact is granted. He'll get one in the mail.
And service?
And service via signed green card.
Thank you. Moving to page 5, 26-0418, 407 La Mancha Avenue, Elite Estates Trust.
Code Sections 2318B3, parking on the lawn. I observed this violation on 4/16/26, and now notice of violation, notice of hearing on 4/17/26, and I got the green card signed on 4/20/26. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Michael Chow,
What's your last name?
AHWAN,
CHAH
WAN.
WAM. And what's your relation to the trust?
I'm the president.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1
I
is
do.
the notice of violation, the notice of hearing for tonight's hearing, the signed certified mail
Goodbye.
that we got back.
Oh, there it is.
Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing who owns the property. And Exhibit 3 is dated photographs of the violations.
That's an old picture.
Yep, from
Okay.
427.
Okay.
Any
So
objection to
one-
these documents?
No.
All right, admitted without objection. So we're hiding a car in the side yard.
It's not it's tenants.
Yeah, well, the tenants are what's going to get you in trouble, so
Correct, yeah, but
And now it's there,
now it's in the front.
now it's in the front.
front lawn.
That's like a postage stamp. They could like hide that anywhere. All right, do you have a signed green card for service? Another finding of fact, or?
No.
No, compliance day, we're asking for compliance by 6/25. Or appearance at the 7/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine, and all they need to do is move it onto the driveway and off of the grass.
Yep, completely onto the concrete,
All right, is it partially in the grass already?
partially the right-hand side of the
That
vehicle.
thing just
is in the
needs
grass.
chlorophyll, right? It's grounding. It needs to be barefoot somewhere.
Pick it up and move it.
I'm gonna have to
Actually,
do that. If they don't move
if
it, I
all of us
promise
got
you, I'm gonna
together, we
pick it
could
up
all
and move it
pick it up.
myself.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just
I'll
looking.
get a compliance.
I was just looking at a Facebook picture from a girl I knew in high school, and she used to have an MG, and 4 or 5 of us would go grab her car, pick it up, and put it sideways in a parking space, and just leave it, and we'd all just watch her come out to a car, and she got so used to it, she's like, okay, everybody, move it back. So, yep, Julie Taub. I saw her picture today. All right, so before June 25th, you're going to get that car completely on the concrete. You're going to call Margaret. Margaret's going to drive by and say they moved it. It's on the concrete. She's going to do an affidavit of compliance for your file, and you'll be golden,
All right, great.
okay? But you will get an
Thank
order
you.
in the mail.
Thank you.
625, 7825 is granted. Just fix it before 625 and give them a call.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks a
sir.
lot.
26-0485, 117 Meadowlark Drive, Beatrice E. Rodriguez.
Code Sections 15-132-06-190A1, dead palm fronds, and the driveway is stained. I observed this violation on 5/4/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 5/4/26, and posted it to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Your name for the record?
Beatrice Rodriguez.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation and notice of hearing, the notice of violation, the notice of hearing for tonight's hearing.
That's the one I received, yeah.
Exhibit,
Here, you can go home. Yeah, it would be a great sports bar. We could put a hoop up.
is verification of ownership showing that you own the property.
If I know more things that I can get in trouble for, that I won't get in trouble for.
Exhibit 3 is dated photographs of the violations.
That's not me, no? Or sí? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Any objection to the documents being entered?
So those are all the pictures?
Yes.
Is that what you were saying?
All right, no objection, admitted.
Yeah.
All right, service via posting.
I'm sorry?
They like me to tell you or tell them how you got served. It makes their record complete. All right, so you need a little bit of a trim and some pressure washing.
I'm aware. I didn't think the pictures would look like that, Like the driveway itself, it's got that weird color, but yeah, I can tell in the pictures, I can't refuse
Yeah.
that. So we can definitely work on that. And the serving, I think it may have been certified mail, and I never picked it up.
Yeah, not a
So
problem, they
that's-
posted it at the property.
I did
so-
receive the regular just last week.
The certified mail came back with the undeliverable.
Yeah, and I posted it on the front door. I left
They
a
posted
copy
it as
on the
well.
front
That's why they
door
do both.
as well.
Get that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It may still be hanging there then.
No,
'cause I tied it around
one of
the-
I have a big family, so I'm sure
they took
somebody
it
got a
off.
hold of it and didn't pass it on.
All right, so, yeah, one of the ebb and flows of life in South Florida, and I was born here, is once the rainy season ends, which is sort of like November, December, you run out and you pressure clean your driveways and you clean your fences so it can dry off during the dry season, and then during the wet season, it's going to get rained on and get moldy again.
Yes.
So you're a little out of sync, but you will get it fixed.
Yes.
They'll probably ask for June 25th, right?
Yeah, we were asking for compliance by June 25th or appearance at the 8/12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
8/12, you're going to give an extra month.
Are
on
you
the
able to
hearing.
extend any longer? I'm actually really
Yeah,
working
actually,
two
because they're
jobs, and
asking
it's going to
for
be hard.
8/12, I can-
7:30.
7:30.
Please, thank you.
You got an extra month. 25,
Yes, sir.
as soon as you get it done, while the pressure washer is still dripping, give Margaret a call. She'll be
So I
happy
just
to
give you a
come out.
call? Yeah, that's
I
fine.
have a card up here.
Perfect.
Okay, and then she'll say, here's an affidavit of compliance for your file, you're done, and everything is good.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, you'll get an order in the mail.
Thank you.
Next is fine mitigation hearings on page 6, 25-0644880 Camellia Drive, Mano Property Management LLC.
My name's Amy McCarroll. I'm a code enforcer for the Village of Royal Palm Beach. Exhibit 1, fine mitigation request. I'd like to enter the following documents. Exhibit 1, fine mitigation request. Exhibit 2, order assessing fine. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Okay, tell us who you are, sir.
It's Weber Matthew.
What was your name?
Weber Matthew.
Spell your last name?
MATHURIN.
And what's your relation to the LLC?
President.
President.
Managing member, but that's just legal stuff.
Magistrate, the fine amount in this case is $3,250.
All right, the question I'd ask everyone in the fine mitigation cases is, why should the fine be reduced?
The thing is, you guys was giving me a time to move the fence, but the chilling fence, I don't put it in. So I just removed what I was putting in, like the wood fence. And then when Mr. Andrew called me, he said, hey, I give you another week to move the old fence before I get the property. The fence was there before. So, and then I just go ahead and cut them, remove them out.
All right, you cut down the old fence, but you didn't tell him, so he didn't look at it quickly? Is that the problem?
I'm not sure.
asking. So when did you cut down the old fence?
I mean, the wood fence, that's the one I was put it in. So when I was coming here, you guys give me enough time to remove what I put in. So when I called Mr. Andre, he go over there, he tell me I need to move the whole fence, like the chilling wood fence. So I go ahead and remove it. So when I come in to make the payment, it was like $1,200, and then they say, no, it's $3,000. I say, why are you coming up? They say, I don't remove it on time. But I don't know if I'm supposed to remove everything back there.
Well, you probably didn't call, that's the problem.
Mr. Armienti is going to testify.
Special Magistrate, the gentleman put up a new wooden fence without a permit.
Right.
He was cited by a previous code officer, and when he removed that new wooden fence, there was a chain link fence that was there previously that was also not permitted. So in order to come into compliance, he had to remove the chain link fence as well.
Okay, so he put up the wood fence, but there was a chain link fence already behind it,
Unpermitted.
both unpermitted.
Yeah.
But-
So once he removed the chain link fence, I filled out the affidavit of compliance and the fine stopped.
Okay, did you put up the chain link fence?
No, it was there before.
Good, that's your excuse there for me. Okay. What's the village's number, then I'll ask you yours.
We're not opposing reduction in this case. We'd be willing to reduce it to $1,633.96 payable by August 10th.
I love their numbers, they're always this weird Costco look thing. It could be 99, it could be 97. What's your number? Well, what should I reduce it to?
I mean, I don't know.
Give me a number.
So how much it was before?
They
2,000?
said it was a $3,250 fine. They say $1,633.99. What do you say? 1,000? Less? Give me a number.
1,200.
Sold. By what date? Give him like 60 days.
8/10 is 60 days. Can you pay it in 60 days, or you need more time?
Yeah, I can pay it now.
No, you can't pay
Get
it
an
now.
order.
I got to sign an order first.
Okay.
You're going to wait till Monday, Wednesday, somewhere in there?
Yeah, I'll come in back, get it done.
Yeah, you'll get the signed order. 1,200 by 810 is granted.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
0476, 250 Sandpiper Avenue, Elio Perez and Beatrice Villarreal.
Yeah, see, these are the people that show up. $21. Okay, that's going to be a bit.
I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, letter request and fine mitigation. Exhibit 2, order assessing fine. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
And the fine amount in this case, Special Magistrate, is $7,150. Your name, ma'am?
Yanelis Perez,
Spell your
All right.
first name?
Yanelis. I'm their daughter.
Yeah, it's on the fine mitigation request. Okay. Ms. Perez, why should the fine be reduced?
First of all, when the violation happened, my parents weren't living in the house. They were living with me. I didn't know that we were supposed to change the address in the county. We did that after everything happened. At that time, the tenants did not tell us anything that they were getting mail, even though the first couple of mailing, they were returned to the city. They were not deliverable. I mean, as soon as we found out about the violation, we took care of it. There was literally nothing to be done. The window had a crack, but it was the outer layer of the impact window, and it was very easy to remove it. The same window is still in place. We didn't have to replace the window. And then the other violations was the car on the lawn, but that was the tenant. And also that the fence was not maintained. But when that happened, the fence was clean. And then, I mean, the violation was removed. It's just that it stayed the lien.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, no one called to say, hey, look, I fixed it. What's the village's?
We're again not opposing reduction. We'd be willing to reduce it to $2,407.10 payable by 8/10.
And what is your number? Come on, come up with something.
Something fair?
Something fair is what sells. If you try to tell me zero, it doesn't sell. So what's fair? Because you basically had a broken window on this agenda. So that's what I'm really looking at. So they have fixed costs. It's probably going to be at least $500 to $700 for them to get it through the attorneys and do all the lien reductions and pay for the clerk's fees and everything else. So what's a nice fair number?
750.
What?
750.
750?
We would remind the magistrate, this is a rental property. So this is a revenue generating property.
All right.
And the neighbors have to deal with the fact that the tenants are not telling her that there's a problem. So the neighbors have to look at broken windows and the code compliance. So we're not trying to be punitive, but we understand that this is not a homesteaded property.
All right, 1,200 by 810. 1,200 by 810. Okay, that's like 75, 80% off. Okay,
No, thank you for that.
and you will get an order in the mail, hopefully at the right place.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Does that end the live portion of our program? Or we have anyone else left here?
Are you here for a case, sir? No, I'm just observing. You're just observing. So yes, we're going back to the
All
beginning
right,
then.
back to the beginning.
We're going back to fine assessment hearings. Case 26-0152 is being pulled. 26-0160-11021 Southern Boulevard, IVT Southern Royal Palm Beach, 1031 LLC.
I'd like to submit the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order finding a violation. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 is the permit information.
All right, you have a green card that is signed for service. These are so exciting. I get to look at an AS 400 permit sheet and go, okay, so which one's out? Mechanical, commercial, which means nothing to me. They just pulled a permit, didn't get it inspected. What would you like?
This one's been out of compliance for a total of 13 days. Your prior order required compliance by 5/28. It's out of compliance as of today, so a fine of $325 and continuing
Which
at
is
$25
granted.
a day.
And you have a signed green card for service.
26-0206-11001 Southern Boulevard, IVT Southern Royal Palm Beach, 1031 LLC.
I'd like to submit the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order finding violation. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
Okay. Is this the same address? Different address? No, same thing. That's why you get to reuse your green card. All right, you have a green card for service.
This one's been out of compliance per your previous order at $50 a day. Your prior order from May required compliance by 5/28 or $50 a day fine, so we're asking for $650 and continuing.
All right, granted.
26-0031, 200 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard, Yellowbird International Corp.
Excuse me. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Well, they finally paid attention to Margaret. You have a USPS tracking confirmed for service. Do we have a fine here, or do they?
Yes, sir. It came into compliance today, so the fine ran from 5/29 to 6/9, a total of 12 days. So we're asking for a $600 fine and not continuing.
600, no continuing is granted.
26-0067-9990 Belvedere Road, Walmart Stores East, LP.
I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS 400 permit information.
Okay, you have a signed green card from Bentonville, Arkansas, because that's where Walmart lives. All right, what's the problem with this one, other than the fact that they're not complied?
Expired permit.
Gotcha, how much?
It's been out of compliance for 13 days at $25 a day, so we're asking for
Plus continuing is granted.
Thank you.
Service via signed green card.
26-0244-100 Bobeo Street, Peg Jane Lee, Jane Lee Peg Trust Title Holder, Peg Jane Lee Trustee.
I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Okay. What's the problem with Bilbao? Disabled miscellaneous. Gotcha. What's the disabled?
The camper, I still don't know that it has a tag. They have relocated it, but the tag is not displayed, and then they still have all the miscellaneous items.
You mean they're not hiding their hand dollies and jacks well behind their trailer? No, they're not.
Everything
They're
else.
exposed. And then they have it elevated at a weird angle, so obviously they want it jacked up in the front, and that's sort of some sort of Carolina something or other. It's where you jack up the front of the vehicle so you can't see out and you can hit people better.
Oh, so you're going uphill.
All right, signed
downhill.
green card equals service. How
This
many
one's
days, how
been
many
out for
dollars?
13 days at $75 a day, so we're asking for a fine of $975 and continuing.
$975 plus continuing is granted.
26-0255-105 Parkside Way, TPG AG EHC3 HOV Multi-State 3 LLC.
I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation, USPS tracking. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
All right, so are these the new owners? Because the old owners like putting up banners and signs too before they went into bankruptcy.
Yeah.
These guys have the same banner fetish.
May have been there prior to that happening, but yeah, they're not the same owners.
All right, so the new owners have a sign that they need to either permit or take down, probably
Signs,
take down sign. You have service via USPS track and confirm. What would you like?
This one has been out of compliance again for 13 days per your previous order, so we're asking for 370. That should be 325 and continuing.
Yeah, 325 plus continuing at least is the math granted.
325 and continuing, yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Be 375 or something if we were like 15 days, but we don't do that math.
Tax receipt hearings, case 26-0304-590 North State Road 7, Dolphin Stations LLC, Bella Marathon.
Code section 16.1, 16.9, business tax receipt is expired. I observed this violation on 4/10/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing. On 4/10/26, it was signed on 4/13/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3A is 400 permanent BTR information.
All right, you have a signed green card for service. I was in Miami during the Dolphins' perfect season in 1973, and they've gone downhill since.
This one has been out of compliance for the 150 days, so we're asking for your order to reflect that they owed the BTR license amount plus 25% plus the statutorily allowed $250 administrative cost plus the $250 penalty payable by 7/10.
All right. It's granted with a somewhat unknown top number.
Thank you.
Violation hearings 26-0138, 1290 Chorus Way, Pearl S. Voodoo Estate.
The pile. Thank you, ma'am.
Code section 6-190A1, shed is discolored and deteriorating, stained structure, drip edge, and fascia boards. I observed the violation on 2/18/26, the notice violation, notice of hearing sent certified mail on 2/19/26 and posted. I'd like to submit the following documents to evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
Seafoam green? My wife tells me I'm colorblind, so that's just a guess. But, oh, boy, did it change.
Yeah, they're working on it.
Boy, it went from like pastel to Moroccan blue. That's a big change there. Okay. So they're working on it. What are we doing with it?
Special Magistrate, the stained structure, you can strike structure. The code sections stay the same, but the structure is fine and being removed.
What's left then?
The drip edge and fascia boards.
All right, drip edge and fascia.
And the shed.
Right, and the shed, the other sentence. So we're asking in this case for compliance by 6/25 or appearance at the 8/12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
6/25, 8/12/25 is granted.
And a finding of service?
Posting.
Thank you, sir. 26-0265, 138 Santa Monica Avenue, Kaisha Vernon.
Code Section 14-4A and 12-4C, disabled vehicle, garbage can not screened from public view. I observed the violation on 3/25/26. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 3/25/26 and posted. I'd like to submit the following documents to evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing with affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
My wife was asking me the other day, what happened to Tim's truck? Tim's truck gone.
Well, no, it's just moved and relocated.
Well, where's it been relocated to?
Closer to the rear yard, it looks like.
Okay. All right.
In this case, Special Magistrate 12-4C, which is the garbage can not screened, is a finding of fact.
Gotcha.
For the 14-4A, disabled vehicle, we're asking for compliance by 6/25 or appearance at the 8/12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
All right, 625, 812, 25 on the truck. And the garbage can is a finding of fact.
And a finding of service.
Service via posting.
Thank you. 26-0271, 137 Queens Lane, Roberto Cortina and Carolyn E. Perez.
Code Section 23-18B3, 2657, and 622-108.4, parking in the rear yard, shed without a permit. I observed the violation on 3/24/26. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 3/24/26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents to evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures. Exhibit 4 is the permit information.
All right, so what's wrong with the camper? It's just not
Well,
Finding of fact, right?
finding a fa-
That's 23-18B3.
All right, the RV parked in the yard is just a finding of,
Finding of fact, yes. And for the remaining code sections, we're asking for compliance by 7:30 or appearance at the 8/12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
all right, so the 2318B3 is a finding of fact. Everything else is 7:30, 812, 25. And service via signed green card.
Thank you. 26-0274, 10403 Oliver Lane, SRP SUB LLC.
Code Section 6-190A15, stained driveway apron and sidewalk. I observed the violation on 3/25/26. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 3/25/26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents to evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures, and Exhibit 4 is the affidavit of compliance.
Finding of fact,
Yes, sir.
granted, service via signed green card, stamped by Ms. Kelly.
Thank you. 26-0281, 148 Ponce de Leon Street, MNA Real Estate, Inc.
Code Section 6-190A15, stained sidewalk and driveway. I observed the violation 4/1/26. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 4/1/26 and posted. I'd like to submit the following documents to evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing with an affidavit of service. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
What I really notice here is the difference between the concrete by the front door and the rest of the driveway. Kind of makes it obvious. Signed, or actually affidavit of posting for service.
We're asking for compliance by 6/25 or appearance at the 8/12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
That's a pressure washing job. That doesn't take long, granted.
26-0284, 1309 Thornridge Lane, Marcel Lanes.
Code Section 6-190A5, stained sidewalk. I observed the violation of 4/1/26. A notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 4/1/26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents to evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
All right, signed green card equals service. I see the staining. When do you want to fix by?
Compliance by 6/25 or appearance at the 7/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
All right, well, you're stretching them out. It'll take about 2 or 3 weeks of the rainy season after they clean it for it to mold again.
26.
Next case, please.
Thank you. 26-0305 Park Central at Cypress Key, Park Central at Cypress Key HOA, Inc.
Code Section 26-995-9I. The street lights are off on Old Crestwood Boulevard. I was informed of the violation on 4/13/26. The notice of violation and notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 4/13/26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents to evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3 is a documentation of a phone call verifying the violation still out of compliance.
Okay, well, they said they were going to fix it, but that was weeks ago, so hopefully they will. When do you have a
We're
date
asking
for that?
compliance by 6/25 or appearance at the 7/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Well, hopefully they'll find their lift truck like they were saying and replace the bulb. Granted.
And a
Next, please.
finding of service on that one.
Sign green card.
Thank you. 26-0442, 178 Miramar Avenue, Robert L. Gardner Jr. and Diana G. Gardner.
Section 6-190H, closed storm shutters. I observed the violation on 4/22/26. The notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent certified mail on 4/23/26 and returned. I'd like to submit the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is the verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 are the pictures, and Exhibit 4 is an affidavit of compliance.
Sign green card equals service. I have the same stupidity. Why are you putting a window in your garage? I mean, you've got a garage door that'll open, and I bet you have a light too. Sign green card equals service, finding of fact is granted.
Thank you. 26-0232, 230 Business Parkway, Northwood 26 LLC.
Locate the mic. Code sections 2632, 622, 108.4, a fence or a gate without a permit and site plan modification. I observed this on 3/3/26, so now notice of violation, notice of hearing on 3/12/26. It was signed for on 3/14/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4 is for under permit information.
You got to give me a second here. I think I'm out one. I had a leftover Andrew at 155 Kings Way.
Yeah, that's Andrew.
And did I miss that, or we just?
Oh, they might have, they were here.
Oh, okay. So
They were one of the ones we heard before. They were here.
all right, so that doesn't count. So I'm into the Margaret pile.
Correct.
Okay. So I was like, Andrew, what happened
One
to
I
Andrew's
just give you.
case?
210, 230 Business Parkway.
Got it. All right, that's with the signed green card and all Margaret's handwriting and notes. Okay.
That other paperwork is for a later case, not one that was heard.
All right, so it's a later case. So they've created a barrier at their business.
Yes.
Oh, it's Caliber Collision. Right?
Pardon me?
Caliber Collision?
Yes. So they're working on getting the permit that is in plan check, as you see, but it's been there a while. I'm not sure if they have to modify them or what, but they're going through AAR as well.
Well, you want to change things around, and you want to put up a gate that a toddler could hop over. It's so good. I mean, they want to steal a wrecked car. That's fine, too. All right, service is good. What would you like?
Compliance by 7:30 or appearance at the 8/12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
All right, if they ever make it through whatever the T things are.
TSR, they're in the process, yeah.
Thank you.
Granted.
26-0233, 101 South State Road 7A, Uriel Investments LLC.
Code section 2349A6, the dumpster is in a designated parking area and the drive aisle. I observed this violation on 3/10/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 3/10/26, got the green card back on 3/16/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
That's a very strange sort of floating dumpster location. It was in a drive aisle, or was in a parking space. Now it's in a drive aisle. There's like carts out behind there in the shade. That's very Florida.
Yeah. At least they did move the items, and they are trying to get it done, so.
Now, do they have an enclosure on site, or it just sort of wanders there?
It wanders there. They're actually, according to their site plan, it goes down here in the loading area.
Oh, well, that would make some small level of sense, although it's probably a real bear for the trash truck to get to it in that little corner against the walls. So I bet the waste management or Republic people kind of leave it out where it's easier to dump.
Yeah, well, they could do a site plan modification as well, and
Yeah, they
Get a
could put it
permit for a
kind of where the
dumpster
one,
enclosure.
where the one with the open thing is, just put it up against that wall and you wouldn't have a problem with the trucks. All right, what would you like?
Compliance by 625 or appearance at the 7/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
And a finding of service.
I don't know if she stole it.
How do you have
Green
service?
card.
Green card is good.
I've seen it. 26-0237, 123 Heron Parkway, Ryan I. Pinto, Francis L. May trustee, and Francis May trust title holder.
Code Section 95 and 06190A1, hedges exceed allowable height of 8 feet, and the driveway is still stained. I observed this violation on 3/12/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 3/12/26, and I got the green card back on 5/12/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. I do have an affidavit of service there as well. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
All right, well, you have your affidavit of service and your green card. And who was it? Walt Whitman said, good fences make good neighbors, I guess good hedges too. What are they doing? Have they cut this down or is it just there?
The hedge is still extremely high, and they did pressure wash the walkway. They did start pressure washing the driveway, but it's not uniform in color, so they're either going to have to continue to pressure clean it or repaint it.
Yeah, that's the problem. If you ever paint a driveway, you're sentenced to painting it for life. All right, you have a affidavit of service.
We're asking for compliance by 7:30 or appearance at the 8/12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
All right, granted.
Thank you.
26-0238, 138 Sandpiper Avenue, Anna M. Lopez.
Code Section 06190A1 and 3, structure is stained, driveway is stained and in disrepair. I observed this violation on 3/12/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 3/16/26, and posted it to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
All right, well, they seem to have cleaned the driveway.
Yeah, it's still in disrepair. It needs to be repaired. It's cracked up here pretty badly. It's lifted up here. It's cracked down here. But they did pressure wash everything. Even the house.
All right, I go for walks with my dogs. There are cracks, driveways, and sidewalks all through the village, including these little ones.
There is. I'm working on it.
And, yeah, it's just like, the one on the side there, yeah, it's more cracked than normal. It's kind of
Yeah.
fallen off.
Yeah, I
So
don't want
I'm kinda
anybody to get
leaning
out of their
towards you
car
there,
and get
but
hurt.
For the parts at the bottom, not so much.
Right, and it is lifted up here too, although, it got a good hump. Can't see it that much in the
Yeah,
picture.
but that's more of a
tree
property
road.
owner liability issue than it is a driveway correction issue. I'm basing my entire ruling on that one piece on the side that looks like it's falling out of the rest of it. Everything else I don't find to be really a problem. But you do have the one, so you will win that. Service via posting, what would you like?
Compliance by 7:30 or appearance at the 8/12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
Thank you.
Done.
26-0261, 284 La Mancha Avenue, Vania Hayes.
Code Sections 12-4C, garbage can in public view. I observed this violation on 3/19/26, sent out a notice of violation, notice of hearing on 3/20/26, posted to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, picture.
Yeah, they could hide it behind the AC, or they could put it behind the fence, but not out there. Okay. You have proved it. You have an affidavit of service. What would you like?
Compliance by 625 or appearance at the 8/12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
26-0298, 131 South State Road 7, Bank of America, NA.
Code Section 06190A5, 06195, 2661. Pretty sure that's all on there. Sidewalk is stained, building is stained, dumpsters not screened. I observed this violation on 4/7/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 4/9/26. Got USPS tracking on 4/14/26. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, USPS tracking. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
All right, USPS tracking confirmed for service. Yeah, there's a dumpster enclosure there, but it's missing stuff.
Yeah, that they won't close the doors.
Yeah.
Still, they do
We're
have
24-hour
doors.
banking, we're always open, no. Okay,
And the sidewalk is stained.
and parts of the building.
is stained.
Oh, the sidewalk, yeah, the sidewalk. All right, USPS tracking confirm has an issue there, or has your service, what would you like here?
Compliance by 7:30 or appearance at the 8:12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
8/12/25 granted.
26-0303, 590 North State Road 7, Dolphin Stations LLC.
Code Section 2632, 15132C, 1254, and 2661G. Clothing box on the side of the building. Hedges are missing along the perimeter. Trash and debris inside dumpster enclosure and under dumpster not screened from view. I observed this violation on 4/10/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 4/10/26. It was delivered on 4/13/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
So a repeat violator here. All right. I was just looking at my Facebook page and someone on the Acreage Speak says, where is there a clothing deposit area so I can get rid of things? I'm like, right here.
Marathon gas station.
Yeah, it's a great place for it.
Not allowed, though.
Well, if they site planned it, it would be.
Pardon?
If they site planned it properly, it would be, but they didn't. No, it wouldn't.
They'd have to put it inside the store.
You can't
They
donate?
could just go to Goodwill.
No. It's so corporate, though. We go to Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah.
All right, signed green card equals service, what would you like?
Compliance by 7:30 or appearance at the 8:12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Thank you.
26-0421, 100 Cambridge Lane, Mary Trocchio and Jason H. Walsh.
Code Section 2318B2, restricted trailer was parked in the front yard of the home or in front of the home on the driveway. I observed this violation on 4/16/26, sent out notice of violation on notice of hearing on 4/17/26. I got the green card back on 4/22/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, picture. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
See, this one, you wouldn't have to worry about measuring to the trailer tongue because it's a fifth wheel. The trailer hook is probably 2 feet inside the trailer,
Yeah.
or the front line of the trailer. All right, you have a signed green card for service. Margaret scared them into compliance. There's a finding of fact in my life that has just been granted.
Thank you.
26-0423, 108 Cortez Avenue, David L. Holman.
Code Section 2318B2 and 2316. Parking in the swell area with the trailer, a restricted vehicle parking in the swell. I observed the violation on 4/14/26, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 4/17/26. I got the green card signed, not dated, on 4/23/26. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
It looks like a little bobcatish thing or almost a ditch witch. I love that name. All right, signed green card equals service. What would you like?
Compliance by 6:25 or appearance at the 7/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
Status/fine assessment hearings, 26-0008, 120 Kensington Way, Thomas S. and Heather Coleman.
I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Previous order, I don't have it, granting continuous and setting status/fine assessment hearing, verification ownership, AS 400 permit information and pictures.
See, they did good by showing up for the first hearing. I gave them a status/fine assessment thing so they could come back and tell me about the progress, because most of these things are usually litigation with your insurance company or some silliness like that, and they haven't shown back up. So I guess my grace has been terminated. What would you like?
This one, Special Magistrate, your prior order required compliance by 6/3, so we're asking for, actually, that should be 6 days. So it's been out of compliance from 6/4 to today, which is 6 days, so that'd be a fine of 150 and continuing.
150 plus continuing is granted. Hopefully they will, if they still have the tarp on there?
Yeah, the tarp's hanging.
It's not even a functional tarp now, it's just sort of
No, and we
a
still got all the sandbags
yard,
all over the
yard
roof.
statue, or yard, yard
And did you make a
Decor.
finding of service?
posting.
Thank you, sir.
Abatement cases?
Yeah, health, safety, welfare cases, 26-0532, 155 Kingsway, Chabeli M. Hernandez.
Okay.
Code Section 15-57, overgrown grass and weeds, health and safety. I observed the violation on 5/19/26. The notice of violation, notice of hearing sent certified mail on 5/19/26 and posted. Would like to submit the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, notice of hearing with an affidavit of service. Excuse me. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3 are the pictures.
I love the perspective of the first shot. It kind of reminds me of a rainforest of weeds. You got to get down there at the right angle and shoot it slightly up. Very lovely. And then you have the boring picture from across the street. All right, so you want to cut their yard?
Yeah, you have an order up there for signature. We're asking for one-time abatement, which would allow for recovery of our costs to mow at $80 plus $206 for admin at the 8/12 fine assessment hearing.
All right, this is the 10th day of June, I take it?
Yes,
So I
sir.
get the right date in here. Granted and signed.
Thank you. 26-0539 is being pulled. 26-0553, 102 Moorgate Circle, Raymond J. Wordsman.
Code Sections 1557, grass and weeds exceed allowable height. Observe this violation on 5/26/26. Sent out notice violation, notice of hearing on 5/26/26 and posted it to the property. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Mr. Wordsman has beat the stuffing out of Ms. Hernandez in terms of growing weeds. Those are some of the healthiest weeds I've seen
They're
forever.
very healthy weeds,
I mean,
especially on this side. They're almost
yeah,
as high as
the
the
growth
hedges.
levels are just fabulous. Look at that. Okay, you have service via posting. What do you want?
This one, there's an order there for you to sign that requires compliance by 6/19 or authorizes the village to abate the violation and come back to you to recover our costs to mow at the amount of $80 plus $206 admin, fine assessment hearing on 8/12.
Believe me, I think I'm going to watch you cut the lawn while I go to work out, because that is my way over there, and I see those properties every time. Yep, that is some, and we only had one good, really rain experience here for like 3 or 4 days, and bam, look at that. I saw a meme posted with one of those rain days, and it said, "Florida is healing." Is there anything else to be brought before the magistrate?
You have minutes to sign. Did you sign minutes?
I signed them, and they were stolen as quickly as I did it. I fortunately did that before she got her steps in for the May minutes.
Thank you. Nothing
I will
further.
get 2 sets of Junes, because we had a day meeting and a night meeting. And if
That's it.
she's here, she'll steal them too. This girl gets her steps in.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, sir.
We're all done. Look at that. It's 6:55. This is a record. Well, only because we had a prior meeting. Yeah, this is like an hour and a half of meeting time. This is nothing. Yeah, well, I didn't get 1,000 permit cases. I only got like 2 or 3. It's like, tell Hunter to quit cleaning out the drawers, especially the 30-year-old ones. 30-year-old permit trying to get